Welcome in, Capricorns, to your April monthly reading today. So how is everyone doing? We are diving into the first month of spring here, and I guess fall for the people in the southern hemisphere. So this is Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Capricorns out there. Gonna get any information and guidance for you all. Yeah, so we made it through the eclipse season. So how are you faring after that? We just had the last solar eclipse, which was on the 29th of March, and that is the that was a new moon, sorry. I was trying to, new moon in Aries. And then we had the first eclipse, which was that full moon in Virgo, which was that lunar eclipse mid-month. So that really was intense, and kind of what that, when we look at how that, especially at this moment in time, these specific eclipses, what does that mean for you? And really what I channeled and really the information I received is those eclipses, especially, so the first one was that big one, but it was like basically opening a door. It was like a portal opening up. So these energies, these eclipses were here to open up almost like a new doorway for you for a new path. And that seemed to be the theme for everyone. I also heard other readers and astrologers basically saying the same thing. So, I mean, that just solidifies it, is we're now moving, shifting and moving through the portal onto the new path. So, you know, there is going to be a lot of shifts. We've been talking about this for months, but you know, especially the beginning of the year, it was really more like preparing for that, preparing for and getting the door to open energetically. So there's going to be a lot of shifts. Also, you know, Mars was retrograde since last October. It started to going direct last month. So basically now we're still in the shadow period of that. So we're starting to feel things start to move forward and things getting a little bit easier. I've personally started feeling that. Actually, specifically starting the last week in March is kind of when I started to really feel a lift. But especially moving out of March into April and forward, we're going to start feeling things kind of changing. We're going to feel a difference. You'll just feel differently. Things aren't as heavy. Clarity is coming, things like that. So before I pull your initial cards, I've been kind of discussing the energetic themes for this month, April. So the sun is in Aries, so we are in Aries season. Aries is a fire sign. So the strong themes for this month are action, confidence, and leadership. So those are the three things for everybody. So kind of sit on those three words, kind of feel into what that means for you and how you can, you know, step into more action this month, step into more confidence, and step into more leadership. And the leadership piece has been interesting, how it's showing up in all the different readings for everyone. But kind of how I see that is like, it could actually literally mean you taking a leadership role. Maybe you're getting promoted or leading a group of some sort. But really what it means is that we're not just following everyone else's lead. And that could mean our family, our partners, our religion, you know, our culture. It's finally authentically aligning with who we are and what we want, and taking that lead to step into our own power to say, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to believe or think or spend more time doing. So that's how I see that. So let's dive in and see how this impacts you, Capricorns, this month. I'm pulling a flower medicine oracle card first. So this is going to be a flower that has special significance for you, specifically to, since we're moving into spring and summer, this is going to be a flower that I recommend you have around you. Maybe you can buy this flower, plant it, even having pictures of it are going to help support you. And for you all, for Capricorns, it's actually the hydrangea, which is my favorite flower, actually. So that's awesome. And the hydrangea stands for heartfelt apology in this deck. So the hydrangea is a flower to use as like plant medicine, just energetically. I'm not saying to eat it or ingest it, but to have it around you, because the energy of the hydrangea is going to help you in some sort of way. Specifically, again, like I said, for Capricorns. All right, so you also got the Nighthawk, which is the trust card, and the Heart Song, the Fairy Slipper Orchid. This, I don't know, these cards are very reminiscent of another zodiac reading, and I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head. So hydrangea. So this heartfelt apology: allow water to flow under the bridge. Forgiveness. If you are in the wrong, a sincere apology will heal an important rift. So there is some significance for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, right? Capricorns for April. There is this energy around maybe there has been a rift with you and someone else. Maybe it's just signifies you holding on to some things from the past that you haven't fully worked through. Maybe you haven't fully really forgiven or gotten over. There's still maybe some hard feelings here. And to me, with the Heart Song as well, you know, that can really signify maybe you went through a very difficult time. Maybe you were very heartbroken. It could have been maybe a big loss that you went through. And it doesn't have to be recently, you know, it could be in the past, but to me, it's reminiscent of like, you're still holding on to some things, and it could be in regards to a specific relationship. And maybe it's a time that we need to finally face those things. And if it means like actually communicating with someone about this, trying to mend or repair something. So there's definitely something around that. I am going to just look up these. These cards are from the Eco Heart Oracle deck. And I'm just going to quick read through. So Nighthawk. The guidance of the Nighthawk here, the trust card, is asking you to be like the Nighthawk who entrusts her eggs to the earth for protection. Trust that your dreams will be sheltered and nurtured, and they will emerge when they are ready. No amount of forcing things on your part will make things go quicker. You must trust that as the earth shelters and holds future generations, so too it holds and shelters you. So maybe there is some essence here about trusting that you are supported, that you are going to get through something. And it could, again, be tied to a specific relationship. But there's some essence of trusting that, you know, some energy has your back right now, and you're going to get through something. The Fairy Slipper here. So, your song, your heart song, is sweet like the scent of the flower, as beautiful as the most beautiful flower. It whispers quietly from your very heart, waiting for you to hear your soul song. Your purpose is to live this song, which is your song. So I feel like there's also messages coming through you intuitively right now that is also going to help you during this month. So there is a situation or relationship I feel like there's kind of a spotlight on, and there is some healing that is being asked, repairing, but also trusting that maybe someone can change and has your back. Maybe they didn't before. So let's dig into the tarot and see what comes up. And I like this. The first card out is the Sun. We have the Five of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. So I kind of have the sense you're finally reaching a point or crossroads of like, I'm going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to do me. And there is some sense of really, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Sun, is really about that self nurturing, this really focusing on the self and figuring out how do I create a life or create more stability or groundedness for myself. And kind of, again, the focus on what makes me feel good, what makes me happy. There is some sort of, potentially, it's almost like there's people around you. It could be multiple people. It could be a specific person, but it's almost like a lot of people are vying for your time, your energy, wanting things from you, I get. And that's been kind of in the way of like, that's taken a lot of energy from you. There's essence of maybe you focus too much time on everybody else and not yourself, and kind of at the expense of yourself. So I feel like it's that time to really do this in April. And I feel like you could have to like walk away from a situation, walk away from people. It's time for you to move on to, again, level up, right? It's like you're that eclipse portal energy, like you're walking through that portal to a new path here. This is the new path. And what does that new path look like? So this could imply to a work situation or just connections in your life. Like this could be family, friends, partners, but just like you always doing for everyone else. And this Two of Swords could be that you've been in like a denial about it, like a denial state, but it's almost like the blindfold is coming off where you're finally like, I'm seeing this, like I'm seeing now the patterns and I'm seeing how people aren't being, like, again, these people aren't, they're takers, right? They're takers. And I think it's time for you to, maybe you haven't felt the need to, again, go on a new path or do something different, but you're ready for this. So however that resonates for you, it's going to be different, right, for everyone. So let's keep going here. The World, the Empress. Yeah, this is some big stuff. Page of Pentacles. So it's finally like there's a lesson here that you're finally, it's almost like you're finally learning. You're finally, maybe there's some sort of lesson here on the value of this apology, right? And this heart song of like listening to your heart. It's like you're learning the lesson finally. So if there's something you've been in denial about, or maybe you've really shut yourself off emotionally for a while because of maybe things that happened in the past that really hurt you, there is this sense of you finally coming, like these energies right here are really like coming into your own. Like you're really, almost like there's this huge awareness, this evolution that you're really coming into your own. You're coming into your true authenticity. It's like finally at this point in your life, maybe you spent a lot of time really not knowing who you are. Maybe if you, had kids and a family or a spouse that you were always focused on. Now it's like time for you. And you're finally at a point where you're like, who am I? What is me? And like learning how to disconnect and not just, give everyone everything they want, because that's a lesson too, that you're enabling them from also learning. And this is a huge time of finally awakening to our own faults, our own like karmic lessons, the things that have been blocking us. And that's where the world comes in of like big, this is like a big culmination of a path that to me, like that's almost like a lifelong path that you've been on for a long time. And you really are feeling this shift right now in moving and starting this new path that to me is going to look completely different in so many different ways. So let's, let me keep going here. We have the Judgment card, big stuff. There's that Crossroads, Three of Wands. What do I do? Like kind of waiting it out. Like you're kind of waiting for an indication of, okay, something's coming, or I'm ready to make a decision, or this is what you've been waiting for something here, and that could just be in your heart, right? I'm waiting for my time to experience my bliss and happiness. Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Three of Swords, and the Six of Cups. So there definitely is a reconciliation of past heartache. And this is the lesson here. There's maybe lessons that weren't fully like tied up and closed off here with different individuals here. So this could be, this is very karmic connections here, but there's definitely some residual energies, karmic connections that you've had that caused a lot of heartache for you. But it's time to reconcile these and learn the lesson and really put this to bed, even if it's from an energetic standpoint. Because there is a definitely crossroads of how the level of commitment you want to make. That could be to a relationship. It could be a commitment to a type of path. You could also have be dealing with some sort of mentor here who's really helped you to really awaken to maybe some things you were in denial about, or energetically helped you, spiritually helped you to open up really to a new spiritual level of awareness. That also this process, as we awaken spiritually and awaken and become more aware of things maybe than we were in the past, especially like that spiritual energetic level, like we're opening up different skill sets, abilities that we didn't have before. I mean, what that's doing then is helping us to really see the blocks that we've been carrying for a long time. So there is this reconciliation of something to do with something that happened in the past. So let me see, what's this Three of Swords, Six of Cups about? Yeah, it's definitely been keeping you energetically. It's been a block for you. I feel like this has been a block for a long time. Very unconscious, something you weren't fully aware of here. But it's like asking you, it's time for you to, it could be baggage too, like energetic baggage from other people you've been carrying. I'm feeling this could be like resentments or things that you haven't fully felt like you addressed. Maybe even it's speaking your truth about how you've always felt about something that happened or how it went down throughout your life. And it's time to release this and let this go. And if it's the baggage of other people's traumas or, suffering, you got to let that stuff go at this point. Like, enter the way we are here in, with Pluto and Aquarius and everything like that. It's like, nope, all of this stuff you're holding on to's got to go. What's the lesson? Okay, yeah, this is going to be like a blast. Like, the universe is going to be like, nope, you have to learn the lesson. It's time. Like, you can't avoid learning this lesson. So this is gonna come in like a blast, and it's going to hit you like a bolt of lightning. It's time to learn the lesson. This is almost like a major spiritual awakening, like out of nowhere, with the High Priestess too. I mean, this is huge. This is like wham, like sometimes, something happens that just literally has to completely awaken us out of our, what you would call being asleep, right? Or unconsciousness, our ignorance, our avoiding or in denial about certain things in our lives. It's like, nope, we are not anymore, and we're finally seeing it, and we can't unsee it. And we know, like in our depth of our soul, like now we know, okay, now I'm seeing this dynamic, and I'm moving forward in a completely new way. So this is a big, it's almost like a huge spiritual awakening here for you guys, Capricorns. I mean, the readings this month have been literally some of the biggest readings that I've ever had for the zodiac signs. I mean, these are like major arcana, just major things, major shifts, especially from an energetic, like spiritual consciousness standpoint. But what are you, what's this Eight of Cups? Yeah, there's definitely a big focus on healing. There's, like I said, deep things that need to be healed. And you're leaving them behind. It's time to face them, work through them, integrate them, and move forward in a new way, especially anything around people that have let you down, people that could not step up and be the responsible, supportive, let's say, partner or support system for you that you could trust. And there's that trust card too we talked about. Like, there's this new thing of maybe you could never trust people to be there for you, to help you, and you did everything on your own. But you're moving forward into a new place where you have more support, and the universe is going to provide people and situations that are going to be more supportive of you and help take off maybe weight that you've been carrying for a long time. If you feel like you had to hold the weight of the world by yourself most of the time, this is going to shift. And instead of you taking care of people, you know, there's this healing around this. So you're not allowing people to take advantage anymore. There's something about being taken advantage of in the past. And that's something that definitely, I think you hold a lot of maybe grudges or resentments around. Or finally, you're just putting your foot down to change and say, this is a pattern that I'm finally seeing in myself, and I'm not going to. I feel like this is a theme for you, Capricorns. I feel like I've seen this before in different past readings. So there's definitely something going on there. All right, Capricorns. Definitely, I'm going to leave, I think we're going to leave it at that. I think that's a good message for you. Definitely like the video if you enjoyed it. If you know other Capricorns or people with a lot of Cap in their chart, share this with them. Otherwise, yeah, there's this feeling of, I almost feel like you really need to kind of sit with this for a little bit and kind of feel into your heart, into your soul, like, what does this mean for me? And going back, now I'm seeing it, going back to the three themes, right? Action, confidence, and leadership. I feel like that really applies in this situation for you. And how can you be more of those three things to finally shift and change the patterns and move forward into in a new way? All right, have a good month, Capricorns, and I will see you in the next reading.